coach said today Michael Carter was coming back for full practice. I said, what has Zonovan earned a bigger piece of the pie? He said, he's not going anywhere. What does that make you think to hear that you've earned, a bigger role no matter who's on this team?
It's definitely an honor. Like I told him last week when I was doing interviews, like it was a blessing to even be able to suit up, because it's been a long season, not being able to play early on and stuff. So just kind of just trusting in God's plan and just keeping your head up and just working. So, it's good to see, everything's finally coming together and paying off.
It's funny to us, you still have a practice squad locker.
Yeah.
Do you care or whatever? Anything's fine with you?
So, I had a locker when I originally made the 53. Then I got cut. And then when I got re-signed to the practice squad, I got back in that locker. And then I asked them, they were still trying to figure out some practice squad stuff as far as lockers and stuff. But then after that, I just stopped asking because I was like, everything has been working out for me while I was in that locker, so I just rather stay right there. I mean, if they decide to move me, then I'm okay with that. But, I'm not pressed about it. Everything's been going good since I've been in that locker, so I'm happy to stay there.
With your last start, how do you feel like? You feel like you've progressed from the Bears to the Vikings? You feel like you're taking steps forward every game?
I feel like I'm definitely learning every week, but everybody's highlighting what I'm doing. Really, it's the guys up front and the wide receivers. They've been, excuse my language, but they've been busting their ass, blocking. And I think that's just helping me bring everything together. And they're opening up lanes for me to create explosive plays. So it's not really necessarily me. It's the guys up front that's blocking for me.
I'm sure you've told this story a million times, but probably not to the cameras and probably not to us. The nickname Bam comes from your uncle. Can you just tell us that story?
So the way my mom explained it was the play plan that you sit babies in. So basically I was in that beating on all the toys and my uncle kind of walked by and was like, damn, all you hear is bam, bam, bam. So that was a family nickname, and when I started playing rec ball, I guess it was easier to pronounce than Zonovan, so people just started calling me Bam, and I put it on my high school highlights on Huddle. I put Zonovan Bam Knight, and it pretty much stuck. So
when you go by the nickname Bam, you have to be a physical runner. You can't be Bam and then be dancing right back there. Right?
I mean, it's not something I really was thinking about for that. A lot of people are making that kind of comparisons and whatnot, but me, it was just something my family gave. It's not something I think I run hard, so Bam, nah.
It works out.
Yeah, I definitely see what people be saying, but yeah.
Bam, what was your draft day experience like that last day? I mean, I'm sure you had aspirations to get picked, and just describe what the emotions were.
Yeah, it was definitely I guess miserable is the way to put it. I wouldn't say. No, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, definitely miserable because I had family, I had my high school coaches. I'm very close with him, and I thought that I was a solidified fifth round at the latest, sixth round kind of guy, but it ended up not working out, and I kind of got in my own head. And my high school coach pulled me to the side, and he just said it doesn't matter how you get there, it matters what you do when you get there. So I took that to heart, and I've pretty much just been working ever since.
So you had a few people over your house then?
Yeah, it was just close family, and then my high school coach, he's been there with me since high school, just helping me out with footwork stuff. Even when I went home during the bye week, I was working out with him.
And would the phone start ringing after the draft? Teams, I imagine, were starting to call me. Jets were among the first teams to reach out.
Yeah, so I didn't get to obviously hear about every team, but my agent had kind of narrowed it down to 3 or 4 teams. He said almost every team had called about me in the NFL, but he had narrowed it down to the Jets, the Vikings, Baltimore, and I believe the Lions. So he just felt he said that he felt I was a better fit here. So I trusted in him, I trusted in playing, I came here.
What made you pick here?
My agent. He just said he felt this is probably the best scheme for me. Yeah. So I just kind of trusted him because he's been around a long time. So.
And when you go through this and so many weeks when you're not playing, what's it like when you finally get out there? Do you worry about your opportunities never going to come, and then what's it like when you finally get out?
So I guess going into Chicago, I was a little nervous up until the game started and all of that went away. I don't know because before every game I pray. I just ask God to kind of calm me down, just kind of don't make me go out there thinking a lot, just help me kind of go through with a clear mind, a clear headset. So I just kind of pray about that, and I guess he answered my prayer every time I step out there. I just go out there clear-headed and just play. I don't think too much, try to overthink anything, just go out there and be myself. Pretty much. I don't really try to coaches make big points, obviously, certain run calls, pass protection, stuff like that. But I just kind of hone in onto the I guess the main details that we learn kind of through OTAs and stuff like that, and just try to play my rules like that. It just helps me play faster and more freer.
Did you wonder though if your opportunity would come this year?
If I'm being honest, I did. I kind of started thinking like it may not be this year, it may have to be like next year, another opportunity. I didn't know if I was going to actually get an opportunity here. So to kind of get it, like obviously that was a blessing. But I had to be under that circumstance, losing Brees and whatnot. So
How do you stay positive through that? Like when you're a few times, how do you stay out positive?
it was really all my mom and, like I said, my high school coach. They kind of kept my hopes up, because like it was times like that first week as I got cut, like I went through like a week or two where like I was just here, kind of just dragging through, and like Coach Embry and Coach Boyer, like they saw it. It was like keep working, like your time is coming. And then just like my mom, she was saying like maybe God is saving you for like a special game. And like it's crazy how that ended up working for Chicago and Minnesota. So just having belief in God and just keeping your head down and working.
I know you said you don't think of Bam as being the power back, but other people do. You said so. Does it almost catch people by surprise? Like Coach Chala mentioned your GPS numbers, that you're so fast. Does it? People assume you're power back, and then you hear GPS. Maybe you should have a nickname. Maybe kind of a fast nickname.
I think people kind of underestimated my speed because of the NFL Combine. I ran a slow 40 time. Like I just did a lot more than I needed to in preparation for that, and kind of was overthinking it because I knew a lot was on the line. So like I essentially kind of drained myself out before I ran the 40. I think a lot of people thought I was slower than I actually am.
I assume you ran ones that you're like, okay, that's more my time, and then you stop coming.
Yeah, at the pro day, I believe Coach Dorn told me like one guy had me like it wasn't nothing crazy. It was like 4.48, 4.49. Yeah, I mean it wasn't a big difference, but it was definitely better than 4.6 at the combine. So.
You mentioned facing, being able to handle some adversity this year. Is it going to come? I read a story from NC State. I don't know if it's true. You fumbled like 3 days in a row early in your career, and then you actually thought like maybe quitting.
I don't remember that story coming out, but my freshman year when we went through fall camp, it was like a 3-day span where I fumbled every day, and like my running back coach Desmond Kitchens, he kind of just started grilling me about it. He was like, "It got to stop." So like after practice, because we had like an hour gap or whatnot, like I was talking to my high school coach, and I was like contemplating whether or not quitting. And like he just said, this is not what you work for. Like you busted your tail to get here. Like fight through. He said if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but you're not gonna quit. So I just kind of pushed through. Luckily, everything worked out. Yeah.
I was gonna say it worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
Is it surreal to you like that? Just a few weeks ago, where you were at, and now, like from a fan standpoint, you got fantasy football players like running to their waiver wire picking you up, and you were like the most popular guy picked up.
Yeah, like I said, it's definitely a blessing because like I didn't expect this. As far as like being in this point of the season, like I definitely didn't think I was going to be playing. So like to come in and just be able to make an impact, like it's definitely a blessing.